Hi there, beautiful souls. It's been a while since I did a video, and I believe it's on time to step up and show myself to you again. So, what's up? There's probably some new people that are watching this also. So I want to say hey, and I'm grateful for you to have found here. My name is Karoliina Helen, and I wanted to do this first video kind of like a new self-presentation of who I am and where I'm at, what kind of space am I in right now. So my name is Karoliina, and I'm a yoga teacher, also practice shamanic healing traditions, and I'm a medium, studying also constantly the different kind of deepenings into shamanism and yoga, and also the mental mediumship, psychic abilities. And that's kind of something that has been more and more awakening inside of me to be my truth, to be my path for the past years. And this all started it all started when I was born. But there was a lots of things happening in my life that made me to hide myself from myself, but also from the world in many ways. There has been lots of different kind of traumatic happenings, events that made myself to want to hide, to disappear, to not be me. And one of them also was this constant bullying from schoolmates and also in working places later on, because I was different. There was something weird about me. It's like I remember that I have always been called a little bit woo-woo, like weird chick. Something strange in that person. And yeah, sure, I'm a whole lot of woo-woo. I can show you that. But then I felt so bad in that place. I was so in pain with not being enough or not being accepted as I was. But that came a whole lot of from the past, from being a little child with all the things that were happening. And that kind of pushed me into the space there. I was really being like really self-destructive in many ways. In what kind of relationships I jumped into, what I was training. I was training long distances. I was lifting weights, so I was a really beef before I got sick. And also I was training Thai boxing and Taekwondo and all these things that was constantly making me feel in pain. And the physical pain kind of did hide the pain in my memories, in my non-physical body, in the pain body. And it was kind of like when I was a teenager, when I was cutting myself, it was the same way of treating myself from not being there to open myself up and accept the things that had happened, to let them, to forgive and heal and let them go. I didn't know how to do that because I never did get any kind of support in those things. As fast as I tried to lift something up, I got minimized and, well, don't you a little bit like be over dramatic over these things. And I stopped to talking about my experiences and to ask for help. But then something happened when well, world kind of ended. It was the same year and the same dates when Maya calendar actually ended. The fifth sun period was ending. So I got the diagnosis of terminal phase of cancer. My body was really ill, really sick in cancer. And kind of that was a great symbolic, because in one way the world ended. It was the past life that was like putting to an end, to really step into a new kind of reality, the new kind of life, and a totally new kind of relationship within myself. And through that practice also to be more real in the relationship towards others. So 2012 I got in December 21st of 12th 2012 I got a diagnosis of terminal phase of cancer, and got more or less 1 month leave. So I'm like I'm way head over that time now. So I'm just so grateful to be here and grateful for have you here to listen. And during that journey, I ended up with a massive infection in my lungs. And I also, during that infection, I died for a moment. And that dying was actually a major shift in what was coming. It was like the wake-up call for me to lift all the shitty things, all the shadows up to the surface, to see them, to experience them, to accept them, forgive them, and let go, to release, and also to heal that part of within me that was being a victim, that was both being a victim but also being the one who was causing these traumas, the one who, I believe it for many years that all the things that had happened was my fault. And not that it even matters anyhow, because I don't want to be pointing fingers. It's not in any use at all. But I had to start to process the things, the traumas, to see the whole bigger picture of that situation. And that kind of opened me up also to that, oh my God, I had been wasting my life. I had so much medicine within me. I had so many experiences that I could have been using to help others, and kind of I always had, but I totally forgot myself. But I have always been really empathic, so I had easy to feel empathy for others in struggle, others in pain. But I didn't tolerate my own pain. I didn't want to admit that there was pain. I was a tough chick, you know. And I had to come to the realization of let the little me, the child within me, to step out to tell her histories and I had to be the grown up, to be there and hold the space and give all the love for that little girl in pain, to say that it's okay, it was not your fault, everything is okay, it's the past, it's over now. I worked quite a lot with that while my body was sick in cancer, quite a lot in sauna actually, right here in in a couple of walls away. I'm a Finn, so I do a lot of sauna. Sauna is like the church. And also during that night when I died, it was an exciting night. First of all, to feel the energy shift when you kind of are alive and totally aware of everything that happens around you, and you feel that you don't feel the pain in your body anymore, that you feel free from the physical body and everything that was going on with that body. And I could hear my husband ask if I noticed that there was someone in the room, and I woke up to the same feeling that there was someone in the room. And then I realized that I was not in my body. And in the moment when I got to choose if I wanted to stay in this life or if I wanted to go on. And I wanted to come back because I had promised my children that I would come back to this earthly life. I had promised that I wouldn't give them up. And I also realized that not just for my children, but there was so many things I had to do. There was something that I needed to do, something big. And I think that all the things that I had experienced during my life, all the pain factors, they were some kind of connection with this, what I was supposed to do. And later on I started to notice that this was a huge medicine within me. These experiences, these histories that I had been carrying with me, probably even in many lifetimes. But from this lifetime, I had so much medicine within me from these different happenings. A totally different kind of understanding that a person who hasn't experienced that kind of things can't even imagine what you have gone through if you have experienced that kind of things. And I noticed that kind of people have also been flowing to me to talk about these things, even though I haven't even gone out to tell my history yet. The book is coming, but it's not out yet. And it's a scary process. it's a scary process. But still I feel that it needs to be lifted up. It needs to be heard. It needs to be in many people's medicine. It needs to be in many people's fertilizer for the roots, for the flower to bloom up. And also a thing that happened during that night was that I have always been really sensitive for energies, for also the spirits and people that has passed away. And I had kind of put them to a side. I didn't want to have anything to do with that because of many reasons that you can also read a little bit more in the book. But that also came strongly to me that this was the time to come back to my roots, to come back to my real self, to embrace what I am and to embrace all the gifts and the medicine that I have within me. So that comes to what I do nowadays. I still am a yoga teacher. I teach a whole lot of yoga classes each week. I do yoga retreats and also want to little bit expand to do yoga retreats in different kind of places. So if you have great tips, I don't know who that was with that accent. If you have some tips, I would love to have tips where you wish me to come to teach. And also I am starting my yoga teacher program, also 2020. So February I'm starting my own yoga teacher training for the people that are in Finland or Sweden or maybe Åland. It's easy for you to come, and also if you are in some other places, of course, if you have the possibility, welcome. But I also work as a psychic, a medium and a healer and a shaman. So here's a couple of my most precious tools, my mesa with my power tools in, some of them. And I also read from cards, and also we're going to learn the runas. I could show you a couple of my favorite decks that I work with. This is my absolute favorite right now. It's Mystical Shaman Oracle cards. I don't know if you can see it. And I also use these energy oracle cards. And the divine energy cards. Divine feminine oracle. Sometimes I use even these silver witchcraft tarot. And an old good series of cards. The Crimson Circles creator cards. I love them. I also have a new deck that I haven't been working that much with. And this is it. The Key to the Universe by Diana Cooper and Katie Crosswell. And there's my own hand-picked runas, stones that I have marked with the red lunar signs. And I personally have a connection with the stones as a material, so I really love working with them. But I need to learn a little bit more about the signs. So, if you want to follow me where I am and what I do, what I work with, you're welcome to follow me in Instagram at Yogini Karomilla or Karomilla Morningstar. You can find them. I write it also in the description, so you can find it there. The home pages where you can also see what I'm up to with the yoga is yogasamprema.com, and my own personal blog that is just underdoing is lifeartbycarolinahellen.com. I am so grateful for you to be here, and if you want to ask for something, if you have something that you urge for to know, if there is something I can serve you with, just let me know and I will come back to you. I will answer you as fast as I have the possibilities. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Aho. Heia. Be your own great medicine.